We're here with John Jolly, software engineer for SUSE, and we're at the Open Fabrics Alliance workshop. How things been going so far, John?
It's pretty good. It's been a very good conference for me this time around, so very impressed with the level of interest with the SUSE distribution. So a lot of people wanting to get more involved with us.
Yeah, it seems like there's been a lot of discussion surrounding your software. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of SUSE and becoming a major distributor for Linux?
Well, SUSE has actually been around since near the beginning of Linux itself.
Right.
Based in Germany. It was really a bunch of college students getting together wanting to get out a better version of Linux, a better distribution. About 97, they really became mainstream. They started using RPM at that point, the Red Hat Package Manager, and have continued using it ever since. In 2005, they were purchased by Novell and became part of the Novell product group. Just recently, though, SUSE has been split off from Novell, same business unit, but sister business unit to Novell. But they run their own horse show now. They can do what they need to.
Right. And what about the history of SUSE and the Open Fabrics Alliance?
So there's always been a bit of a strained relationship there. We knew that OFED needed to be in the early days, probably about 6 or 7 years ago. There was a real concerted need to get it in. But recently we have worked very closely with the OFA, the Alliance, to make sure that OFED is better positioned within the distribution.
Right.
So,
you mentioned Red Hat earlier. I know that that you incorporated a bit of Red Hat over the years. How did that sort of come about, and where is it today?
So it really began as SUSE introduced the Red Hat Package Manager. Red Hat has always had a very good distribution model, very easy to emulate, and they've been very open about their protocols, so we've worked well. But while saying that, we do significant things differently. We have a different package management system called Zipper.
Sure.
We have a whole nother administration tool called YAST. Many differences that we feel are better to use, easier to use for the customer. But we do work very well with Red Hat. As an engineer, I work very closely with some of their engineers. To be absolutely frank, we develop on the same products. Both of us are working on Linux kernel, and we see a lot of the same patches come through. So we have a very close relationship.
Very good. How does SUSE leverage itself in the open source collaboration?
Okay. Well, you know, Linux in the open source world is huge, and there's no way that a small group of about 500 engineers is going to be able to do all the development that the community can. So we really work with the community very closely and encourage the community to participate, to supply their expertise. We are very active in Linux kernel development, and when it comes to the various packages, we really encourage activity of our developers in those particular communities. That way we know what the expectations for those communities are, and we can also let them know how we would love to see this position. For example, with OFA. They have a wonderful technology here, but there are some tweaks that need to happen with the distribution. We participate with them, let them know what our concerns are. They let us know how they can change, and we all work out very well together.
Yeah, you know, I was doing a little research, and it's out there in the sort of blogosphere, and it seems that there's a fervor, there's an excitement around the software. What do you attribute that to?
It's a really important aspect of SUSE where our involvement is not just simply a business involvement. We develop what we love. When I first joined SUSE, I got one very odd question. I've been working in corporate development for a long time. Corporate development is always, here's your project, let's get working on it. Here's your release date, please try to meet it. When I joined SUSE, the first question they asked me was, what do you want to do? What is it you're passionate about? And I really got to choose my own projects. OFED, I love high performance computing, and OFED just seemed like a good fit, so that's where I sat. I also do IBM System Z mainframes because I just love the big systems, love the things that require collaboration and such. So, but that's the way all the developers are within SUSE. They love what they do, and you can feel it within the community.
Yeah, you mentioned HPC. How does SUSE and the software fit into that ecosystem?
Well, if you look at the top 500 list of supercomputers, we actually occupy a larger number than almost any other specific software distribution. Right, I checked a few moments ago. We specifically filled the niche for 15 of those, and I'm sure we do a lot more. But like number one European public supercomputer, the Hermit in Germany, is running the SUSE Linux Enterprise server. We really do have a passion for this. It's not just me, there are other people that really encourage this at the kernel development layer, and it's all the way through the stack. So it's a big deal to us.
Very nice. Finally, where do you see all of this going? The technology is being discussed at the conference here, RDMA, InfiniBand. Where do you see the future of that generally, and then specifically relative to your software?
There's some immense hurdles that need to be overcome. Exascale is definitely, it looks almost insurmountable at the moment. This community has the ingenuity to overcome it. I have faith in that. It'll be very interesting to see what develops when it comes to things such as RDMA and the other technologies that are out there. They have a very good place, and as a distribution, we want to provide this for the customer in an easy-to-use manner. When it comes out, I'm going to learn it. I'm going to make sure it implements properly, and we'll get it running. SUSE is very encouraged by what the Open Fabrics Alliance has done with the upstream kernel move, as well as a lot of their interoperability work. And we really want to work with them just as much as they want to work with us.